Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Monday, April the 25th, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Esther Gonzalez, 55, of San Antonio, formerly of Muleshoe, daughter of Teresa and Manuel Pineda of Muleshoe, died on Thursday in San Antonio. The funeral mass was held on Monday morning at 11 at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Muleshoe, where she was a member, with Father Leo, priest of that congregation, officiating. Esther Gonzalez was born December the 28th, 1960, in Muleshoe, to Luis Gonzalez and Maria Teresa Flores Pineda. She graduated from Muleshoe High School in 1980. She was a member of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church here in Muleshoe. Esther was preceded in death by her sister, Vicky Villarreal. Survivors are two children, her son, Orenthal Norman of San Angelo, and her daughter, Shamika Natasha Norman of San Antonio. Her parents, Teresa and Manuel Pineda of Muleshoe, two sisters, Estoya and Guiano of Muleshoe, and Raquel Mata of Stanton. Her brother, Ruben F. Gonzalez, lives in California, and there are also 4 grandchildren surviving. She was the aunt of Sarah Santos of Muleshoe. The family asks memorials be sent to Muleshoe Meals on Wheels Incorporated, 300 South 1st Street, here in Muleshoe. Of course, the zip code 79347. Please remember all of the family of Esther Gonzalez, 55 years of age, of San Antonio, in your prayers. She formerly lived here in Muleshoe, where she was reared. The early voting starts on Monday in the city election and runs through May the 3rd. Election day is May the 7th at City Hall. You vote early now at City Hall, and they're open 8 to 5 weekdays only. And on Tuesday, April the 26th, and also on May the 3rd, the last day of early voting, those will be extended hours, and the City Hall will be open for early voting from 7 in the morning until 7 at night. And that is tomorrow, Tuesday, April 26th, and also May the 3rd. On the ballot in District 2, there is an election for a city councilman, and the candidates are Donald Phelps and Austin Bammert. And you can only vote in that election if you live in District 2. On the ballot again, Austin Bammert and Donald Phelps, city councilman candidates for District 2 in the city of Muleshoe. We want to say congratulations to the speech students who won at the Regional Academic University Interscholastic League meet in Abilene this past weekend. And they are placing first in poetry, Chris Flores, and in prose, Mario De Hoyos. Second place, Allegra Mora, in poetry. Congratulations to them, and they will go on to state in University Interscholastic League at Austin on May the 23rd at the University of Texas. And we will have more winners from the regional academic meet later, because on Monday, there was no school in Muleshoe. It was a makeup day built into the school calendar, and we had no bad weather this year, so not during school days at least, and so there was no need to make up a day. And also, we want to thank Louis Pacheco for that wonderful news about Mario De Hoyos placing first in prose reading, and also Chris Flores first in poetry, and Allegra Mora second in poetry reading, and that was at Region 2 at the Abilene UIL meet, and they go to state next month. Good luck to you all three of you. Muleshoe High School Athletic Banquet will be held at 6 o'clock Tuesday night in the Muleshoe High School Commons area. Tickets are $10 at the door, or you can buy them now from any Muleshoe High School Booster Club officer, Michael Dunham, Chad Bell, or Sharon Johnson, in advance. They're $10, and they want all Mule fans to be sure and come out Tuesday night at 6 o'clock to the Commons area of Muleshoe High School to honor all the boy and girl athletes of MHS at the athletic banquet. We'll be back with more Muletrain after this message from our sponsor of the weather forecast, 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Well, we had some breezy conditions over the weekend here in the Muleshoe area. On Saturday, the high was 84 degrees. The low was 52. The max wind on Saturday was 35 miles per hour. Then on Sunday, a very similar day, high was 83. The low was 51, with the max wind coming at 4 o'clock at 39 miles per hour. Looking at our forecast for today on Monday, sunny with the high near 85 degrees. This afternoon, north wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming 15 to 20 miles per hour later today. Mostly clear tonight, low around 48. Breezy conditions with a south-southwest wind 20 to 25 miles per hour, decreasing during the evening hours. Sunny with the high near 76 on Tuesday. Windy with a west-southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. Increasing in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. Mostly clear Tuesday night. Low around 44. Again, breezy conditions Tuesday night. Wednesday, sunny, high near 77, so a little bit cooler, and calmer winds. West wind around 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, low around 45. Mostly sunny on Thursday, high near 81 degrees. South winds between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Then Thursday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy, low around 48. Friday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms again. Mostly sunny, high near 77 degrees. Partly cloudy Friday evening, low around 45. 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
The Lady Mules softball team plays starting Friday and then continuing on Saturday, Childress in By District at Hermely. Hermely is located on U.S. Highway 84 between Snyder and Roscoe. The first game will be Friday, and that is at 7:30 at Hermely. And then the second game will be Saturday. It will be at 6 o'clock in the evening. And if need be, this third game will be played right after that, Saturday at 8 o'clock. And all three games are in Hermely. That way, the girls who are running in the regional track meet can be ferried down to Abilene easy. Now, the price of tickets for the by-district game between the Lady Mules softball team and Childress are $4 for adults and $2 for students. And we urge all Lady Mule fans to be sure and go to the games and back your Lady Mules and wear your black and white. We'll be back with more Muletrain news, and we'll tell you about a pastor who's been in Muleshoe for 25 years.
Libby Leal and Angelica Toscano want you to join them at Leal's Mexican Food Restaurant at 1010 West American Boulevard in Muleshoe, Texas. Come and eat anything from quesadillas to grilled cheese and the best hamburgers in town, open every day of the week. I especially like the bean and cheese burritos. I have traveled throughout Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado and never eaten at a better Mexican food restaurant than the original Leal's. This is Julia Reynolds, and I know that the original Leal's is the best.
This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Leal's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where they're now introducing their new School Spirit MasterCard debit card from First Bank. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe your card. Available now for the Muleshoe Mules. Call 806-272-4515 or go by 202 South First Street, the First Bank right here in Muleshoe, where they now have the School Spirit MasterCard debit card from First Bank available for the Muleshoe Mules. Go by 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. The First Bank is member FDIC. A huge selection of vegetable plants along with flowers are now in at Frying Cox right here in Muleshoe, 401 South First Street, 806-272-4511. They have in petunias, vinca, alyssum, zinnias, impatiens, coleus, marigold. They have some blue bonnets as well, geraniums, hibiscus. They have hanging baskets with purslane along with vinca and new vegetable plants, sweet banana peppers, cantaloupe, cucumber, mammoth jalapenos, just a ton of varieties of tomatoes, zucchini, squash, strawberries, watermelons, basil, oregano, and much, much more available now at Frying Cox. The flowers are in at 401 South First Street. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. That's 806-272-4511. Frying Cox right here in Muleshoe.
The members of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe honored their pastor, Dr. Stacy Connor, on Sunday morning at the regular morning worship services. He has been the pastor of the church for the past 25 years. And I must say, he has not only been the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, but he has been a pastor to this community as well. And Stacy Connor was recognized by one of the deacons of the church, Mark Morton, who presented him a gift from the church, and they showed a picture of Stacy and Debbie Connor and the two children they had when they came to Muleshoe on the big screen at the First Baptist Church. And my, have we all changed, haven't we? Stacy Connor has been so very active in our community as well. if it hadn't have been for him, I don't think that we would ever have gotten the school bond pass that improved our school building so greatly. And he and Debbie and their family, all 5 of them, were recognized years ago as the Library Family of the Year at the Muleshoe Area Public Library. And he has been so faithful in supporting so many families and so many organizations and our community as a whole, as well as the First Baptist Church. And Stacy was not there with his wife, Debbie, because she had gone to a niece's wedding and was coming in on the plane on Sunday afternoon. And so we want to say to Debbie Connor also thanks for being a wonderful teacher in the Muleshoe school system for many years, and sharing your lovely children with this community as well. All 3 of them started to kindergarten in Muleshoe, and all 3 of them graduated from Muleshoe High School, and that in this day and time is very unusual for a pastor in this size of community and in any congregation or denomination.
This is a special day in the life of our church. Today is Stacy and Debbie's 25th anniversary with us. And that's I've changed some too. 25 years as a pastor of a church is not very common these days. Where I grew up, the church I attended as a child, our pastor stayed there about 40 years. But another church in that town that I attended as an adult has been kind of a revolving door with pastors. I mean, every few years they change. And we are blessed to have had Stacy for 25 years. He's not only an excellent preacher, but he is the consummate pastor of our congregation. He is constantly checking everything in our physical facility, taking care of maintenance issues. I mean, he does things that most of us have no idea what he does behind the scenes other than preaching from this pulpit every Sunday. And he is truly a shepherd and a pastor. And Stacy, we appreciate you. We love you. I've got a card here I want to read. It says on the front, simply divine, marvelous, delightful, magnificent, splendid, superb. You are, quite frankly, the best. Thank you. And there's some notes here. Stacy and Debbie, words cannot express our gratitude for your 25 years of service. The way you love us and our families is priceless to us. We pray this small gift will in some way express our love for you. We love you. We thank you. First Baptist Church family. And of course, that little gift we're talking about is a little green here. That is just a token of our appreciation for the years of your lives that you've given us. We love you. Thank you, Pastor. And don't forget that corsage.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you very much. Debbie is away. She had a niece get married in North Carolina last night, and she's somewhere between here and Raleigh, North Carolina. I want to pick her up this afternoon at the airport. But thank you very much. I got a little heads up. One of our members called me and told me Friday what was coming, and I've tried to think about what to say. I want to say, first of all, thanks for how you blessed our kids. My kids grew up in one place, went to kindergarten through high school, all in the same town, which is very rare. Curtis Shelburne's kids were able to do it, and ours were able to do it, and all of them are better for it. And I thank you for how you've loved them. I thank you for how you took care of their college educations. Caleb is defending his master's thesis on Wednesday. And tonight, when Debbie gets back and everything's done, we're going to proofread his master's thesis. So that's kind of what's in our future. And we're very delighted for all your support and your love of our kids. But a couple of Wednesday nights ago, I did a study, and Charles Bratcher caught me off guard at the end of it. And he said, well, Stacy, tell us some of the joys of this job. Because I was in the middle of a hard week. And he said, and I answered him off the top of my head, to be trusted. And I've thought about that now for 2 or 3 weeks, and that is the highest thing that comes with this job, to be trusted by you all. To be trusted when things are going well, and to be trusted when they're not going well. And to know that you have confidence in me. When I did Judge Williams' funeral a couple of weeks ago, I sat down with a group of kids that I'd never met before. And I said to them, I said, well, it's an honor that you all who are not connected to the church in any way asked me to do your dad's funeral. And they said, oh, we've done our background. If we thought you were going to embarrass us, we wouldn't be here. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your confidence in me and your trust. And your blessing in our lives.
Speaking of ministers, you may recall years and years ago, we had a Meet Jesus crusade, and one of the pastors who came to the Meet Jesus crusade a couple of times was Amos Dodge. And Amos' wife, Sue, came even before that as the featured singer before Amos and Sue were married, and then they considered moving to Muleshoe after they had their little daughter, Tara. Well, that was a long time ago. And they retired on Sunday after 37 years as the pastor of the Capital Church in Vienna, Virginia. And that little girl, Tara, and her husband, Travis Goodman, from the famous Goodman family singers, well, they will become the new pastor and his wife at the Capital Church there in Virginia. And of course, Sue still travels throughout the country and sings beautifully. And she's been in Muleshoe more recently at the former First Assembly of God Church. Speaking of churches, you know, one of the wonderful things that happens over at First Baptist Church of Muleshoe is Operation Inasmuch. And they will join hands to serve our entire community on Saturday, May the 7th, starting at 8 o'clock, and will work until noon. Now, these are the projects they're going to do this year. They'll be making cards, there'll be carpentry work, chainsaw work, flower planting at the Parkview Nursing Care Center. There will be a kitchen group that will work in the kitchen of the church. There'll be a Meals on Wheels group. Also, they'll sing and visit at the nursing home. There'll be sewing, window cleaning at the Harmon Elliott Senior Citizens Housing Complex, and they'll do yard work for people all over Muleshoe. And this is, of course, free of any charges. And they want to serve this community, and they do this every spring in Operation Inasmuch at the First Baptist Church, and that's on May the 7th. That's a Saturday morning from 8 until noon. Then over at the First United Methodist Church, they want to get together a team for the Bailey County Relay for Life. And they're going to call it Rooting for Reed, because little Reed Markle is suffering from a very rare cancer right now, and his family all attend the First United Methodist Church here. And on Friday, June the 3rd at 6 o'clock, they want everybody to come out and root for Reed at the Bailey County Civic Center. And they have sign-up sheets in the foyer of the First United Methodist Church. Give them your name, your email address, your telephone number, your T-shirt size, and be sure and let them know if you can root for Reed at the Relay for Life of Bailey County on June the 3rd. Now, another program in First United Methodist Church right now that's going on is the end of semester for the children of the First United Methodist Church who are in college. They want to remember these boys and girls in colleges and universities around our nation from Muleshoe. And if you would drop in an envelope a McDonald's card or any snack or any other gift certificate that they could mail to these college students from Muleshoe from the First United Methodist Church, do so this week, Mrs. Edie Neblett says. She's in charge of this, or you can contact the youth pastor, who is Hunter Hawkins at the First United Methodist Church here in Muleshoe, if you want to help with that project. And guess what? Another project is coming up almost immediately, before you know it. It's Vacation Bible School time, and that will be at First Baptist Church June the 6th through the 9th. And you can get more information of how you can help the First Baptist Church with Vacation Bible School by calling 806-272-4224 for more information. This year, the theme will be Cave Quest, Following Jesus, the Light of the World. And that's for all of our children right after school has been dismissed. The Muleshoe Mules baseball team lost to Shallowater 13-3 on Friday there in Shallowater, and they take fourth place in district and will play the winner of District 13A, River Road, in by-district action. The game date and location has not been announced as of Monday morning. At the Onita Wagnon Senior Citizen Center on Tuesday at noon, they will serve home-style lasagna, garlic bread, Brussels sprouts, and pears with your choice of drink. On Wednesday, chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, country gravy, stewed okra, seasoned corn, and pumpkin squares. On Thursday, they'll serve chicken teriyaki, fried rice, seasoned vegetable blend, strawberries, and bananas. And then Friday, fish or chicken strips with green peas, tossed vegetable salad, whole wheat rolls, tropical fruit mix, and every day at noon they serve, of course, a choice of drinks at 11:30 until 1. They ask a contribution for those 60 and above of $3 to be given per meal, and then for those guests who are under 60, $5 contribution. Bingo is played every Thursday afternoon after lunch at 1:30. We'll be back with more Mule Train in a moment. Stay tuned, please.
The swing bed program available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center is for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. For more information or to find out if you or your loved one qualifies for the swing bed program, call Lucy Garcia, RN, at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center, located at 708 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe, Texas. Again, call Lucy Garcia to find out more about the swing bed program, 806-272-4524.
Tambrian Parker greeted the wedding guests at the ceremony that united Janet Moreland of Lubbock and David Hall of the Circleback community. Janet is the daughter of the late Ted and Sylvia Smith of Madison, Missouri, and David's parents were the late Fred and Bonnie Hall of the Needmore community, and then his mother moved into town here in Muleshoe later in her life. They were married on the afternoon of March the 19th at the Circleback Baptist Church in the Circleback community, with the pastor of that church, the Reverend Benny Baker, officiating. Tambrian Parker registered the guests, and the bride, Janet Moreland, was given in marriage by her sons, Chris and Jeremy Moreland. The bride was attended by Sheridan Hayes as matron of honor. Nick Hall, nephew of the bridegroom, was the best man. David's granddaughters, Isabella Lee and Kima Porter, served as the ring bearer and flower girl. The bride wore an embroidered white blouse with a custom-designed denim skirt and black boots. A white Stetson hat was adorned with blue ribbons and white lace to form the bridal veil. She carried a bouquet of fresh white daisies and blue carnations. The bridegroom served in a western leather jacket, button-down white shirt, and western tie, jeans, boots, and he had a blue and white boutonniere. A reception was held immediately following the wedding ceremony in the church fellowship hall at Circleback. The ladies of the church were the house party members, and serving the wedding cake and punch were Sierra Baker and Hannah Alexander, friends of the bride. A dinner was held here in Muleshoe at the Civic Center for the families of the bride and bridegroom, and attending the wedding were all of the Hall siblings, all 7 of them, and that was quite an emotional time for them because all 7 of the children of Fred and Bonnie Hall grew up attending the Circleback Baptist Church, where they then attended the wedding of their brother, David Hall. We want to say congratulations to Janet and David Hall, and they're living out in the Circleback community. And more congratulations to Ann Williams and Marshall Head, who were married on April the 7th in the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe. Performing the ceremony was her brother, Elder Martin of the Primitive Baptist Church, and the pastor of the church, the Reverend Mindy McClanahan, gave the benediction. The bride wore a sky blue dress and carried a bouquet of red roses. After the family wedding, a reception was held in the fellowship hall of the church, and the honorees, the new Mr. and Miss Marshall Head, were honored there. They enjoyed feeding each other cake just as if they were teenagers, and the family ate at Leal's to conclude the wedding day. So another congratulations to Ann Williams and Marshall Head. Now you're going to see Janet and David Hall and Ann and Marshall Head's wedding pictures all online and on the air.
We talked to Randy Olson over the weekend through text messages, and if you don't remember who he is, he was here in Muleshoe in October last fall. He was a photographer on assignment for National Geographic doing a story on the Ogallala Aquifer, and he was doing some photography work here in eastern New Mexico and the South Plains, along with the Panhandle areas. And he also went to Nebraska and South Dakota, several other states to do pieces. And he said that they finished laying out the project, and it will appear in the August 2016 edition of the magazine, the story on the Ogallala. Furthermore, there is one picture that made the cut that was done right here in the town of Muleshoe, and so look for that coming out in August of this year, the Ogallala Aquifer story. The Randy Olson was one of the photographers on that piece, and a picture of his from inside the town of Muleshoe made the cut for the printed version of the story. There may be more pictures available on a digital piece about the Ogallala that will accompany the magazine in August. And as he put it, the picture was from the Central Business District of Muleshoe. So look for that coming out in August.
That's in the National Geographic August edition this year, 2016. A retirement reception will be held honoring Sandy Chitwood for her 33 years as an educator in the Muleshoe Independent School District. On May the 16th, you're invited to come from 4 to 5 to the Muleshoe High School Library. There are 13 children presently in Bailey County who are being taken care of in foster care, and the Rainbow Room helps them tremendously, Gary Hooten tells us, who is a member of the Bailey County Child Welfare Board. The Rainbow Room is an emergency resource room that gives hope and distributes new items for children who are abused, neglected, or entering into foster care. 100% of every dollar donated to the Bailey County Rainbow Room goes directly to the children of Bailey County. Children often enter foster care with nothing but the clothes on their back. ICE workers may be summoned during the night to rescue a child or to help a family escape abuse. In these emergency situations, there is no time to pack. That's why they use the Rainbow Room. They are furnishing toys for every child. They also have a lot of diapers and a lot of clothes there and other items for children of all ages. Please consider making a difference in the life of a child and donate to the Rainbow Room. Send your contribution to the Rainbow Room, Box 234, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. For more information about the Rainbow Room, you can contact Sherry Kennedy here in Muleshoe, Susie Clonch out on 214 south of town, Robin Friskup, Casey Morris, Gary Hooten, or Michelle Standard. And also, they had a very successful liftoff of balloons, and these balloons were in memory of the 7 children in our region who were killed in 2015 because of child abuse. In the state of Texas in 2015, there were 171 deaths of children due to child abuse. And they lifted off Saturday morning the balloons in the air in memory of these little children. And some were even teenagers and a little older. And be sure and check out the video of the film that Gil Robert made online and on the air about the liftoff of these balloons and Child Prevention Awareness Month here in Bailey County, which is the month of April, which reminds us it's running out fast, isn't it? Remember on your prayer list, please, Brenna Birch, Mary Jo Burge, Terry Byers, Leona Harris, Ruby Henderson, Jean Paul and Corlin Jarman, Flo Jones, Doyle and Leela Sukeem, Bob and Nina Landers, Laurinette Mason, Suzanne Nichols, Mary Ellen Robertson, Maxine and Clinton Rogers, Carrie John Schuster, Doris and R.L. Scott, Dorothy Sorley, Gabriella Stone, Brian Taylor, Dorothy Turner, Glenn Watkins, Eloise Wilson, and Laverne Wynn. Also remember the family of Mike Pugh, and the fund for the final expenses for Mike Pugh is still open at GoFundMe, and that is /CXZGGJFW. Also remember Brenda Wimberly White, formerly of Muleshoe, who grew up here. Her husband, Jerry White, 65, of Cottonwood, Tennessee, died just recently. Dr. Jerry Putnam, formerly of Muleshoe, Larry Thornton, Colson Clarkson, and he is the grandson of Miss Gary Clark of Muleshoe, and he is now at home in Abilene with his parents, Cody and Marissa Clark, not Clarkson, Clark. And remember Diane Brunson at home, Kenley Whitaker, Margaret Adams, Ronnie Schaefer, Jinx Myers, and the families of Esther Gonzalez, Dee Chitwood, Angie Castillo, Larry Kirk, Vernon Puckett, Glenn Williams, Becky Gonzalez, Bob Donaldson, Robert Hunt, Carolyn Gross, G.R. Lester, Alma Burton, Esmeralda Lopez, Hannah Simmons, all in your prayers. Ruby and Cleo Ward, Miss Wayne Pearson of Nazareth, formerly of Muleshoe, and Jerry and Bill Savuto, and the Colton Hill family of Lasbuddy who lost their home recently. And there is a fund for Colton and Michelle Hill and their 3 children at the Muleshoe State Bank. Vicki Garner is now at home after having hip replacement surgery last week at Hart Hospital in Lubbock. Every registered voter who lives within the city limits of Muleshoe can vote in the city election early now or on Saturday, May the 7th, Election Day, because there is a special election for the citizens of Muleshoe, and it is stated this way on your ballot. The reauthorization of the local sales and use tax in the city of Muleshoe at the rate of 1/4% to continue providing revenue for maintenance and repair of the municipal streets. The tax expires on the 4th anniversary of the date of this election unless the imposition of the tax is reauthorized. And of course, everyone who lives in District 2 in the city of Muleshoe can also vote for either Donald Phelps or Austin Bamert in the District 2 councilman's election.
Well, it's about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News Program, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News Program rotating on the cable on Channel 6 and find it free of charge on demand anytime you want to listen to it on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
This is Tumbleweed Smith, A Vision of Heaven. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you today by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They are celebrating 76 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area through Bailey County Electric. Call 806-272-4504. Check them out on their website, bcecoop.com. They're owned by the members that they serve, the board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO, David Mark. All hope that you enjoyed this Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Jeanette Ansley is known as a psychic.
I have visions and I have dreams. I've always had them. When there's been major disasters, a lot of times I see them before they happen, sometimes when they happen. People say, oh, you just imagined. No, I don't imagine it. When I see it, I swear to God, I see it.
She was born in New Zealand and lives near Dangerfield. One time she had 11 weeks of visions.
And when I dream at night, I'd have a continuation in my dreams, like 24 hours. I saw for days what I would think heaven or paradise was like. Flowers and trees, blue skies, blue waters. The greenery was so lush, I never saw a dead or a wilted blade of grass or a leaf. I never did in these visions. And I'd walk through the house like I came in here a few minutes ago. Oh, I hate to walk on those flowers. There was flowers everywhere. And I'd walk and I'd turn around and look back. You'd get the feeling that I walked them, they should be mashed, but they weren't. And this sounds crazy, Tumbleweed, I know. But I'd walk up to a tree, and I'd walk right through it. I'd turn around. It's the weirdest feeling I ever had. But I wasn't afraid. I wasn't upset. I would see people, countries and places that I've never been to actually in my life. These people would be talking with each other. I'd get right up in the face and I'd look so close that I could see the pores and their cheeks. They were friendly, kind-looking people. They'd be talking to each other, and I'd walk up between them. They couldn't see me. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but they would be using their hands, talking with each other. And I looked at the clothes. They were rough, coarse, woven materials. I looked down at the hands. The hands were very gnarled. The fingernails were gnarled, like they'd worked real hard with their hands. And some of them had animal skin thongs on the feet. I looked them over real good through the 11 weeks that this was happening all day and night. That had never happened to me to that extent before. It never had.
Jeanette Ainsley of near Dangerfield. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones right here in Muleshoe. He's member SIPC. Go by and see him at 104 West 2nd Street or call 806-272-4102. Speak with Stephen or branch office administrator Dana Rempe. They can assist you with any of your financial needs no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Monday, April the 25th, 2016 at 11:45 a.m. U.S. stocks are trading lower as investors look forward to the results of the Federal Reserve's two-day policy meeting this week. The The central bank's policymakers are expected to hold interest rates steady, but may adjust their description of the economic outlook to reflect more favorable conditions that leave the path open for possible rate hikes. In economic news, purchases of new homes in the U.S. unexpectedly declined in March for a third month, reflecting the weakest pace of demand in the West since July 2014. U.S. bond prices are little change. In the S&P 500, the best performing sector is consumer staples. The worst performing sector is energy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 131.22 at 17,872.53. The Standard & Poor's 500 index is down 12.48 to 2,079.10. The Nasdaq Composite Index is down 22.52 at 4,883.71. Volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 250.13 million shares traded. Decliners are outnumbering advancers by roughly 3-to-1 margin. In the commodity markets, the spot price of gold is up $7.76 to $1,240.29. The spot price of silver is up 7 cents to $17.05, and crude oil prices are down 31 cents to $43.42. In the bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.72%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.90%. Some stocks of area interest: Walmart Stores Incorporated is up 0.67 to 69.39. XL Energy Incorporated is up 0.06 to 39.10. Pfizer Incorporated is down 0.14 to 33.14, and Monsanto Company is up 0.18 to 94.26. This has been the Market Report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor, right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones, member SIPC. He's located at 104 West 2nd Street, 806-272-4102. For more market information, check him out online at www.edwardjones.com.